Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Darla Lucian from Darla Lucian Studios, and today we are doing the gratitude journal part 2. So I just wanted to give you kind of the update as far as what we have done, or what I have done. Well, we have been off camera. Sorry, I'm totally distracted by some papers digging my elbow. I should have put those away earlier. Alright, there we go. Okay, so gratitude journal. Let's keep that handy. Don't want to lose that one. Alright, so I didn't like how our mixed media page turned out. The one that was the 4 together. It's very stiff. And I feel like it moves the whole book. So what I ended up doing is when I came to those mixed media spots, instead of putting all 4 together, and remember that we had put a whole bunch of the other stuff together already, so these 4 pages were separate for mixed media. So I ended up just doing 2 and 2, and then they're not quite as stiff. So I feel like they're kind of the best compromise. Also, I switched from applying the Podgy with a paintbrush to applying it with a scraper when I made it. So I used this, and then I just scraped it. I was thinking that it would make a smoother layer, more even, and it would saturate the paper less, like the paper would end up less wet. That's what I was hoping for anyway. It seems to have worked good because I don't have as many wrinkles either. Now you could use something like this, or like an old credit card, or even a bit of cardboard to use as a spreader. They're also interesting to paint with, which maybe we'll try in a different video. Also, one of the other things that I did is I went through and I cut all the thumb holes out of the side and top pockets and glued the pockets together. And then, frankly, I just got inspired and started going to town. So let me show you some of the things that I did. So I did the 2 top loading pockets that we had, and I just put a piece of magazine down on it. I liked the glittery gold thing. Keep in mind this is a gratitude / harvest / autumn journal. So I'm using this. This is not finished. This is just kind of the base for the page. And then I had another one, which isn't that far away actually. They were actually closer together than I realized. All right, well, we'll see it as we come to it. Okay, and so then there were some journaling pages here. Okay, this was the side pocket, and so I just did a collage on this side. And so these are just bases for working with, but I loved the colors, so that's where we went. And I'm trying to keep with the autumn theme. And I just love like the harvest gold here and the deep reds, and I mean the teal sky looks perfect with that, I thought. So this is a good start to a page, I think. So we'll definitely come back and decorate that later. All right, so then this was the angle pocket. So to do these, I cut a piece that's this size, and then I put it on my page. I didn't glue it down yet. And then I flipped it over and I folded it back. And then I left myself a 1/2 inch margin and I cut the triangle off. And so then I glued the triangle down right away with glue stick. I have been using this. This is better than the one I was using, but this is not Uhu. I recommend Uhu quite highly. It just doesn't quite hold the same, and I found that like when the pages bend sometimes, like especially on this particular one, I remember having to glue the corner down here with tacky glue. Anyway, so, and that's just gluing the paper onto the paper. So glue this down, and then on this side, so I folded it over the edge so you can kind of see, so that it just reinforces this edge better for a pocket that has things going in and out, right? And so what I did is, on this part, on the back, I glued glue stick. And then on the lip, on the other side, like where the lip is, where it folds, then I used tacky glue. Tacky glue is great for these kinds of crafting projects. It really holds things well. So then when this was glued on, then I just ran a bead of glue on this front flap right here and along here, and then stuck it to my other page, and then we get, voila, pocket. So great. I mean, I'm maybe explaining this more than you need, but anyway, so I have marked out the side pocket with the thumb holes to possibly work on, but we might decorate first. This was the first page that I actually completed in here. I was very happy with how this turned out. So this is just a piece from a fairy tale book. So it's a book page. This up here was scrap paper that I just did. I was working on a project and I had extra kind of shades of yellow paint, so I just dabbed off. And look at how pretty that turned out. I actually have quite a bit. I don't know what I was thinking. I over poured my paint, and so I just used it up on papers. And so I put a little swatch of ribbon on there and the little label and a little sticker. See, I thought it was so cute. I got glue on my fingers. A little heart. It was actually a yellow heart, but you can't tell against the brown. And then, so here's another side pocket, and I even made a little journaling card to go in. So it's just got a plain book page on the back. This is just a white part. Well, actually it's a cream book, but from there, and then that just slides in. I might end up doing one more thing that's a little bit bigger there, but for right now, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Moving along. So here was our mixed media, so we have 2 there. I'm kind of interested to see how those work out. So then, again, this is the same as the other angle one. And you see that I have just paper clipped on this side because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I wanted to coordinate the colors because I like doing, I like it to look pleasing across the board. So again, these are just set up to start journaling, or to start decorating, I mean. So this was the other one. So her head basically is the thumb hole, which I thought was hilarious. But I absolutely love the glitziness of this little outfit. And I don't know, do you dress up when you have Thanksgiving dinner? Leave a comment. I love having my house dressed up with, you know, a nice tablecloth and fancy dishes and whatever. But then, you know, dressing up myself too, like, that's fun. It helps to add to the celebration of the day. So this was our kind of our centerpiece, and this was like the side pocket deluxe version, I guess, because we have a double side and a double side on mirror image. So what I did is I took 2 calendar pages and I overlaid them because I really like the trees from the one. The trees here were kind of boring. And so, but I wanted to keep the October, so that I had to really think about that. I was really racking my brain last night when I was trying to figure this out. Like, I really want this in here. But I wanted not to lose October because, you know, if you start tucking the letters in, all of a sudden it doesn't spell things correctly. Anyway, so I left these because I wanted to show you kind of what it looks like. So this is the page that we had overlapped, and this page we had overlapped as well. And in this case, I'm not going around the corners because I wanted to keep all of the picture. But doesn't that look cool? And so we'll have 2 pockets here and 2 on this side. So we will get to gluing that one a little bit later, and then making tags, which will be so much fun. So that is a kind of stiff area just because it's got a lot of reinforcements because it has 2 calendar pages. There's another angle pocket already glued down with its coordinating paper on the other side. Oh, here's another side pocket that we'll maybe get to today. I was feeling it last night. Now I'm not sure what I'm feeling. So there's a side pocket with just kind of like almost a belly band is what it looks like to me when I look at these. And then this, we're going to do a slit pocket on this side. This is going to be kind of fun. So I put all the pieces here. I've even made a tag. I mean, it's not finished by any stretch, but just to kind of show you. So what we're going to do is we'll glue this down on 3 sides to make a pocket. And this will be, see, that's the top part. It's cut off. And so then you'll be able to put a tag in the pocket like that. And so I wanted the colors to kind of coordinate. Anyway, so we'll have to think about that one a little bit more later, but kind of fun. I really love these rich colors. This is just scrapbooking paper. Here, these are from, again, a fairy tale book page. Okay, so this one actually came out of here. That's the ankle pocket. Oh, another side pocket that we're going to work on maybe. Da, 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 da. Oh, isn't this one cute? I loved this. This was in a book, and I saved it and threw it in a little collection of words and phrases. So it says, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It can even turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates vision for tomorrow. Melody Beattie said that. I think that was really great. And I just felt like, you know, how we talk about like our homes are our castles. So to me, that kind of went together. Anyway, so that is what I have worked on so far. So I don't want to do a huge amount in this one video. I want to make shorter videos so that you can kind of follow along and then kind of be inspired and then go with your own project. And so I'm going to try to keep them a little bit shorter because this last one was quite long, I realize. All right, so let's start with the low-hanging fruit, which is this middle one, which is ready to go just except for gluing down. Okay, so don't use glue stick for gluing these pages because they're pockets. We want to use the hardier glue, and I always keep my tacky glue upside down. I have a box where I keep my my quick draw resources that I use all the time. All right, so folding those back, we're going to draw a bead of glue along here. Come on, camera's rolling. Glue better start working. There we go. And a bead of glue along here. And of course we're leaving this part unglued because that's where our pocket's going to be. So then you pull it back, and I just use the natural way the book goes together to line it up, which works slick because they're already stacked together, which makes making pockets in a book, in an altered book, so much easier than just even journal pages in like freestanding books that you're creating yourself. All right, so now I'm doing that again with the next layer. How much fun is that? That turned out really well. All right, so then we're going to do the opposite on the opposite side. There we go. And there. Perfect. I'm just pressing with the book to make sure that it's really truly lined up, and also that it has a good press on the ends. I mean, I am pushing down with my fingers too, but especially when you're doing the foundational part of the book, you want to make sure that your foundations are in the right place. And the spine does shift a little bit as you open and close the book, and so I always prefer it to be like lined up with the closed position of the spine. There, look at that. Okay, so lid on my glue, glue back upside down in my box. Okay, perfect. Oh, I love this so much. Yes, it turned out really good. Okay, so that's gonna need to dry, and then we'll make tags for that another time. All right, this one is another one that's the low-hanging fruit, so let's work on this one. So I gotta figure out, where am I putting this? I would really like to cover that if I can at the top. And then if I overlap it, will it cover at the bottom? Not really. So I'd rather have the title showing and maybe run a bit of lace across there. All right, that's probably what I'm gonna get. All right, so I'm gonna glue this part down first. Now, because there's not gonna be any pulling on it, I am going to use glue stick. So I am just using an old, like this is just, that came out of a book that I used the cover for. So I just use that as my glue pad. Don't you love the purple? I had blue before, but I've never had purple. This is fun. All right, so now I remember I had to come just barely covering the words. Oh, and that didn't work. Let's try that again. Glue stick is so forgiving. That is one nice thing about it. Okay, are we covered now? Yay. Okay, so I'm just using my hands to press that down. So we used to say in home ec, finger press. Of course that was for sewing, but it's all the same. All right, so for this one, oh yes, I wanted to also show you. I took a strip of, do you remember how we had torn out all the pages and I said we're going to use the pages in different ways? So in this case, I reinforced this lip because I didn't want to lose any of the picture here. Because already it's almost too short for this page, right? And so that's going to help reinforce this edge for using it as a pocket, because they do see a bit of wear, right? All right, so, oh, that side does not want to stay down. There we go. All right, so for this, of course, because it's a pocket, we are going to go back to our tacky glue. So 3 sides. I spent a whole ton of hours last Sunday fussy cutting, which was really cool because I was able to watch some videos as well as doing the fussy cutting at the same time. So I have all of these great book pages that were in the fall colors, which I didn't actually plan that. I just had this big book I wanted to get rid of because it was taking up so much space in my studio. And then I ended up finding all these fabulous pictures that I wanted to use in here. And so on all the pages that I have this side, the straight side pocket like this, like the half page pocket, I put book pages pictures on. All right, so that's going to dry, and then that could go in right in there. But first, let's take care of this. Let's see. So I put together a little bucket of things that we could potentially use. I did some crocheting. I've got some different laces. That is way too big. That's small. That's see-through, so that's not going to work. There's that. Oh, let's see. This is pretty too. I don't know if that's the right color. All right, well, let's see if that gave us enough selection. So I just use a piece of cardboard and wind my stuff around. Sometimes paper clips, sometimes tape, sometimes notches. This one is held by very many different ways, but I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever works, right? Oh, I should be a better glue mom and put my glue away too. Glue stick doesn't matter as much. I mean, as long as it's not hours and hours, but anyway. Water, good. All right, so let's see, this is quite wide, but you can still see through. Not a fan of that. Just, it's not long enough. And I think this one is too long, right? I suppose I could always cut it if I wanted. But there's other choices. Let's see what we got. Oh, this one was hot glued. Oh, and again, we can see through. But if we put the bow here, I don't know that it would actually work real good for when we have wear and tear. Well, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. It's up high enough. That is a possibility. Okay, so this one's sheer and this one's sheer. And these ones are thin, and that one's thin and sheer. So none of these are great options. So then there's this little tab with fabric. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I used that for I just use a little scrap of fabric for the ties there. I already get glue all over my fingers. All right. Can't be a true crafter unless you have glue all over your fingers. Ooh, I kind of like how that looks. So what if I layered it? What about this orangey bit? This rickrack. I was keeping that little case for little bits and bobs, and it's mostly in my way. That looks really cute. All right, I think we have a plan. All right, where's my scissors? Okay, let's go over here. These are not the sharpest scissors for fabric at all. But if we can just get a little start, we're off to the races. So we only need about half this width. I don't really want it over the edge too much. There we go. All right, so I am going to glue down. And I'm going to use tacky glue. I don't have Fabri-Tac. People swear by Fabri-Tac. And I'm sure it's good stuff. You know what? I am just going to give this a little. This is not going down in the corner here. So let's just give it a little help with some tacky glue itself. There we go. So I'm just going to cover that with a bit. And with tacky glue, I immediately seal up before I even start gluing because I don't want to forget. Because tacky glue is not forgiving like glue stick is as far as drying out. Okay, now that I've glued it down for sure, you can see that that little bit's there. But I think when we run a bead of this down, I think it's going to be good. Awesome. Alright, so let's get this away. So we got some room to work here. I know, it was probably easier to do it when it was in less strips. But anyway, that'll work. Alright, so in this case I am going to glue down right on the rickrack. Because I want to make sure that not any of these corners are going to get caught once the pocket becomes in use. It's all well and good until a pocket catches the edge of your rickrack, and then it's all over, right? Okay, just about to the end here. Glue on, glue away, glue pad out of the way. All right. So right on top of the words. And I want to make sure that I'm not over the page. There we go. I know I cut this the right length. Alright, just by moving it a little bit, I've got a bit of glue goobers coming out here. But that's okay. Perfectly fine with there being a little bit of extra glue rather than not enough. Because it's all about having it hold. So just a little paper towel just to get up that extra bit so that my book will close without sticking together. So then these little extra strings, I mean, I don't mind them or whatever, but some people like to take care of those. Alright, so then our little tag can fit right in there. Perfect. Marvelous. Alright, so let's just finish this tag while we're here. What else does this need? Seems a little plain on this side. I don't want a lot at the top, but maybe even just punch a hole and put something through. Let's see, maybe it's easier to see if we're centered on this side. Alright, so now that one piece, that was that thin, I think I want. The brown here. Look at this. Isn't this going to be pretty? So what do we think? Do we like that? It's already got orange on there. That's what I was thinking. Let's do brown. Let's grab a length of that. Perfect. Alright, so I am just going to poke through there. And then we want to put our ends through the loopy loop. There we go. There, I like that already. I definitely like how this looks. I actually rubbed, this was a piece from my children's dictionary page, but it was white, and I hated it actually because it was just so white. And so I just used, I have a little piece of sponge that I use with my inking to ink the edges, and I just kind of rubbed it, and you can see there's still some ink in here, and I'm going to get this edge here a little bit darker too. I like it being a bit darker, honestly. There we go. Now I'm loving this a lot more. This is just, this is the one I use all the time, just because I had it. It is Paper Salon, and it is coffee bean colored, and I really, really love that one. I like it for edging things. It is water soluble, so it's not permanent as other things are. But so, and I was thinking because of the lines that I could just leave this one for journaling. So we will slide that in. So you could either put it in that way, where you see more of the brown, and you have a glimpse of the autumn picture that went with the definition. This kind of came together. Or you can put it this way, and it's not as busy with a picture, but it's more busy with a pattern. I mean, I don't mind it either way. Then we'll need to put something in here, but I think we've probably gone long enough for this video, so I will just catch you in the next video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you can get notification for when my next videos are coming out. Thank you very much, and have a great day.